And welcome back to the LEC after XL keep their playoff dreams alive. And I have Nukeduck with me here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so first off, I wanted to talk about runes because I see runes quite often. I don't actually see we get the, conversation out through too much. Here we have where we went today. Yesterday, you went for Conqueror. Why was it yesterday was a Conqueror game and today was a First Strike game?
I thought that yesterday I could, continue hitting them throughout the team fight. But this team fight, I felt it would be more like they had no champion that wanted to stay in. Even though Poppy is a tank, his best playstyle is to hit and run all the time. And also, I was not planning to play too aggressive in laning phase because top lane get pushed and our bot also losing. So I knew that our jungle had to spend time on that, and we couldn't get position of the enemy jungler, so I didn't want to try to win early game my laning phase. Okay,
so there's a lot of people that feels like First Strike is an early game rune. To me specifically, I feel like it's great in the late game too for 10% extra damage you get, of course. What's your take on the First Strike rune in general? Do you feel like it just works when you're against a melee matchup, or is it just like late game now I will start being a carry?
No, it's good in lane matchup early. Even though you don't get so much gold, you can maybe get 200 gold in 10-12 minutes, and you can complete your mythic with that fast. And that's what I kind of did as well. So yeah, and then later on, it's of course great once you start actually earning real money with it.
Perfect. And then as a secondary rune choice, it just feels like Mana Flow Band, Scorch, is that just the way to go no matter what every time?
No, I think Scorch might have been a mistake. Maybe you can go for Transcendence or Gathering Storm or Absolute Focus, but you should always go for Mana Flow. But I think it just depends what you want.
Perfect. All right, now I want to move into the clip a little bit because to me, it was hard fighting a clip. I'm not going to lie. It felt like a little bit of a draft diff as well moving forward. But the one clip I did find here is a clip where you move up towards the top side. But as we play out the clip, you don't actually spot them in your vision here. But you still make pings, so what's going through your head right now? What's the calls you're making?
I mean, we know that they could potentially trap, but yeah, I don't know. I just push, but I know I have no vision, so I play safely. And yeah, I mean, right now I'm just staying alert and just pushing. If they don't go on me, I will just push and keep by. Yeah.
And is that why Makun is called up? Is that a communication you've already aligned beforehand, or how does that work out?
Well, not really. It's more because there I can easily escape them. I think I made a mistake there because I overestimated their pick power, and I should have actually ulted Poppy, backwards, because they were actually just inting Azir and Poppy and Vego will not be able to kill me. So yeah, I mean, we just play in the moment there. We didn't know they want to do it, but we are of course always alert, in case they want to try something.
So what you're saying is this wasn't as set up as it probably could have looked like. It was more oh, we had the right people in the right position.
I mean, there is no way we can know that they're gonna do that, right? So there's it's off plan, but of course it's what should I say? It's basic, where it's you push out the side and the jungler is hovering because he got nothing else to do. So it's kind of just how you always play, and we don't really communicate it. If I'm pushing out and he has time, he will always hover me. It's not something that we actually talk about, I think, just how we usually play.
All right, thank you very much for your insight. And speaking of position, if you can hover over to the analyst desk for me, that would be great. So you just move over there to Low and Ender standing by.
Keep this?
Yeah, you can keep this. You can keep this. You're going to need it. GB, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For running us through this. And the Duck, thank you so much for sticking around with us. That was an amazing game. You guys stay in the playoff race. GB was mentioning how it may have been a draft diff from the get-go. And Ender, we saw that with Astralis. As much as they were trying to find opportunities, there were no way they could get into Excel.
Yeah, you sort of brought up the pick power of a comp like this, and it not really being there too much for Astralis. And especially, I was looking at you guys. You have so much strong scaling power, team fight power. It felt to me, without maybe an aggressive roaming style support, Astralis were never really going to be able to punish you in the mid game.
Yeah, I think in the mid game it will be too late, but I think their comp is reasonable because. They win early skirmishes, and their bot lane can win hard. Ezreal Karma is extremely skill intensive, but we have Seri Renata. It's actually useless against them if we don't manage to gank them or something, because they just outrange and they can just poke, and they cannot get all in by Seri Renata. So I think they had to win bot lane hard and then use the fact that they win skirmishes to maybe Sylas roam bot or something like this.
Yeah, I was actually a little interested because